Hey worship leader, welcome back to the channel. I have some exciting things to look at today, one of which is the NGS6 Amp Academy. This thing is brand new by NewXFX. It's an amp modeler with IRs and effects. How cool is that? Let's take a look at it. I mean, that looks pretty cool already. I love the texture. The reason I want to talk about this today, I'll say not sponsored other than the fact that they sent me this, so I may still have to put the little thing up there, but I think this might be good for those who are looking for an inexpensive option to have an all-in-one rig, or at least a direct solution on their pedal board. HX Stomp's like 600 bucks. The Strymon Iridium is at least 400, I think. Where's the Walrus Audio, the ACS1? That's probably expensive. I didn't look up the price, but this is a little cheaper. How much is it? Actually, I forgot to look it up. Hey Siri, how much money is 167 euros to American dollars?
Okay. I found this on the web.
$183? I don't know. I don't have an exact price on what this is gonna be just yet, but I think it's gonna be around the $200 range, which is awesome. And look what you get. We have a full EQ here with bass, middle, treble, and presence. We have gain, master, boost, and some other things, and a lot of different options here with the little switches that we're going to look at. My main objective for the day is to plug this in, see how it sounds, make sure it sounds good and that it's easy to use, but there's an online editor. That's the main thing I want to look at today. Is the online editor worth it? Can I get what I want out of it? Is it easy to use? Let's find out. But as far as inputs and outputs, we have here on the back, input, we have an IR out, a DI lift, we have the out, and we also have this right here. It's a send and return. It says tip send, ring return right here. So we can put in our favorite effects into an effects loop, which is just awesome. You have USB right here and regular 9-volt power supply. On the edge here, we have XLR out, which is just fantastic. And we also have two 1/8" jacks, one for an auxiliary in and one for headphones. Also in the box comes, you know, the instructions, all that jazz, but it comes with this little cable that I was just very impressed that they put in the box. It's our very own little split Y cable, so you can run things into the effects loop. It's not just a cool idea to do that, it's like they're expecting you to do that, even so much that they give you the cable, and they don't give you the cable to even hook it up to your computer. So there's an editor, but there's no cable. Luckily, I have a cable, but you'd think they would add the other cable before they would add this, because not everyone would be using the effects loop, but it's a cool touch. But you know what else would be a cool touch? Being able to hook it up to my computer. So send the cable next time. Have a couple other effects I want to use with it just to test it out. One you've never seen. I was going to make a separate video and it looks awesome. Just briefly show you the DD7 Tape Echo emulator. There it is, the black and green pedal. We'll look at that in another video, but we'll plug it up in the effects loop to make sure it works. And then of course, if you've been around the channel, you know that I love this pedal right here. I had a broken one for a while and they sent me a new one, and this one works and sounds fantastic. It is none other than the Ace of Tone Dual Overdrive. Love this pedal. Also going to be using my NewXFX wireless guitar system right here. I use these still every week. I use these. They're amazing. Never had any issues. They have two different versions. By the way, link in the description if you want to get them, help support the channel. They are affiliate links. This right here is the C5RC, 5.8 gig. I use these as well. Let's hook it up. Gonna be hooking everything up with a Chalks DC7 power supply. I love the feel of this, and what's cool is these pedals also have that same feel. I don't know if you can see what it feels like. So let's pull up the Amp Academy. We'll find it here, Amp Academy. And it's disconnected. Maybe it'll connect here in a second. There it is, connected. And already, it has already selected, like, you have different channels. We have the vintage channel, and you can select between these two different amps. We have the Classic, the Vibro King, the Mr. Z38. I'm guessing that's the Dr. Z, the Cali Crunch, and the Brit Blues. Channel B, we have some higher gain stuff here. The Slow, the Uber, the Freeman. And what I've noticed is there's some scenes right here, and different things hop on and off, and it kind of reminds me of, if you get familiar with HX Stomp World, which I am, it kind of reminds me of Snapshots. So you're going to be able to select different effects. So let's just, looks like you can click things on and off. Let me get my headphones and see what we have. Okay, now I'm all tuned up. Let's figure out what we got. Let's do the twin reverb first. Looks like we have some effects on. So we have, what is this? I think if you right click, oh, it's a noise gate. You can turn the noise gate up. You have effects, which are, oh, all these overdrives, comps, katana, RC boost, AC boost, T-Scream, Morning Glory. Nice, okay. Let's turn those off for a second. The amp we are on, you can't right click that because this is where you pick your amp, okay? And then your IR, but you have all these IRs that looks like they go with the particular amp. Now you could mix and match, it looks like. I could pick a different IR. The right click. I wish there was like a drop menu. You didn't have to right click. You could just like click on it. EQ, on and off. We have different EQs. Well, no, you have one EQ. Okay. Reset. Okay. Cool. Turn that off. Send and receive. Send and return. If I want to include what I have in the effects loop, that will have to be on. Okay. Oh, and then reverb. I just clicked it off, but let's see. We have damp, room, hall. Okay. Let's just see what the amp sounds like by itself. We're on scene 1, as we can see right here, which I'm thinking is like snapshot 1. So here we go. Okay. So one thing I noticed now that I'm editing the video, and I don't have all the gear, I already put it all away, is that the delay sound from the tape echo was coming through even when the send and return was not engaged on the Amp Academy like editor. And it wasn't coming through my ears. Like when I was coming headphone out of the Amp Academy, I did not hear the delay that is happening. I thought I was only hearing dry tone. So I don't know, I don't have that explained yet, but I just want to put that little like disclaimer. There are times where I did not have the delay engaged, but yet I'm still hearing it in this edit. So just know that going forward, I'm going to try to do it more in depth. I only had like 30 minutes with it before I needed to get this video out. So I'll try to figure out the solution and get back to you, but just know that going forward. Okay, bye. Very muffled sounding. Little boost. Okay, that's the finish. Let's do a super reverb. That turned on an actual reverb. Oh, I noticed that even though my knobs are straight up and down, that's not what's reflected here. So you have to, it's probably pre-dialed in, I guess. It seemed real muddy to me, although the bass was taken out. The gain is up. Oh, see, that already sounds better, just at noon. If I turn this, does it, oh, look, okay, so it immediately reflects on the screen when I turn the knob. So let's get some bass. The gain is up. It was already up. Okay, that got loud. It feels like it's clipping. Okay, this presence is a bright switch. It looks like if you barely turn it over here at the beginning, it's either off or it's on. So, off. And then the bias, I'm guessing, are like bias tubes? Oh yeah, see that got like a, what is that, a cold bias? I wasn't gonna go through every single option here, but I'm just showing you what it's like. Now, if we go to, I like that, let's just say I like that. And we go to snapshot 2, which here, it's actually called scene. There's scene 2. It kept everything the same, but we added a reverb. Now, which reverb did we add? The damp reverb, okay. Scene 3. So I noticed that if I were to switch the reverb to room, just like on the HX Dump with HX Edit, if you switch effects, switch algorithms, it's set up that way on that whole channel. It doesn't matter the scene. The scene merely changes parameters, I guess, or on and off. Actually, I don't know if it changes parameters on this, so let's find out. So I just set the, let's go back to damp because I think that one has more drastic settings. Let's take the depth down and the mix higher. Not that high. So we are on scene 3. Now if I go to scene 1, it just changed some things. Well, one thing it changed, the fact that the reverb wasn't on. So let's save that. Scene 2, reverb's on. Scene 3, okay, so now it's on. Now we'll go to scene 2. It's different. So like, I want an ambient setting. But now when I go to scene 3, it stays the same. So it's not like you can change the parameters. You kind of have to pick one reverb and pick one parameter. The scenes merely turn things on and off. That's what it looks like. So if I were to go here, I have a T-Scream, Morning Glory. Let's try that. It sounds really good. And then I change scenes. It either turned that on and off, which it just turned it off, but you can't change the parameters. So that's one piece of feedback. I wish you could change the parameters because that's how I use scenes or snapshots to begin with. I mean, obviously I like turning things on and off, but I would also want to be able to change the parameters. Now this is mono, but that reverb doesn't sound bad at all. Let's see how ambient it can get. I can't change it. Like, oh, it was off. Okay. Depth, mix, all the way up. Let's see how ambient we are. Okay, that's too much. Let's hear a room. Decay down, level all the way up. I hear a little clipping, so I think I'm just a little high on the master, maybe. Okay, that's the room reverb. Let's go to a hall. Decay liveliness level. Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty good sound. We can mess with the amp some more. Or we can change amps. Let's change amps. Let's go to the Vibro King. What we got here? So automatically, you got to like set up each channel. Oh, it stayed on. No, I was on Hall anyways. Turn it on. Put our send on. Okay, that presence knob doesn't even work as I'm turning it. Huh, weird. That. It's kind of bass heavy. That's with no overdrive. What overdrive was this? See, it's just too hard to figure out. So I don't want to have to use two hands and right click, which maybe that's just because I'm on a Mac and I only use a touchpad. But let's do the RC boost. That's comfortable. I like that. Comfortable. I really like this whole amp feel. I like that. Two screamer. I usually like to turn the drive back and up the level. Morning Glory. We'll bring the volume down. No, we'll bring the drive down. Okay, that got real muffled. I do not know the Morning Glory to be like that. Having the comp. I think the Rose comp sounded awesome the way it was. And just setting your amp up like you like it, which if you get what I mean, that's I love starting with having a good amp and then just adding to it. I mean, that sounds good. What if we added some drive from this pedal? I love it. Let's do that. Now let's see about the, it's already on, the send and return, the effects loop. Let's see what we got here. Oh. So yeah, there's a bunch of different sounds you can mess with. Blues crunch. Love that. I mean, yeah, so that kind of gives you a taste of what you can do with it. You also have, I guess, save. There's no save as under the menu or anything. It's just, I guess you just save it when you're done. This is, I guess you can select which ones you've worked on and export them maybe as presets. I'm opening. Oh, yeah, there it is. Boom. You can see I just exported these presets right there. And then this is download. I guess I wanted to re-download that preset back in. My vibro. Do I want to, whether to replace the patch or not? Sure. Oh, so you can just like make your presets, maybe name it? Did it give me the option to name something? Like I could name it. No. Like I want to name this one. No, I couldn't name it. What if you could name, see, this is right. I want to be able to write on something. How do I, you know, it'd be cool if you could save a preset like a song and then start building up a patch of like a library of songs, and you can be like, oh, this is the tone I had for this song, this is the tone I had for this song, and create a set list that day. That would be cool. And it looks like a pencil with a save thing, so I would love to be able to write that. I don't see anywhere where I can like rename anything, but if that is an option, somebody let me know down in the comments. That would be pretty cool. This is all just some setup stuff. Oh yeah, you have like a drum loop. Oh, you can loop. I see, you're recording. Drum volume. Oh, here we go. Record. Clear that. Bass heavy. How about ballad? Let's make a little song. Is there a worship? Electric EDM. Ooh, yes, okay. Now we need some reverb. We need some big reverb. Let's try this. You could play for hours. All right, let's stop that. All right, so what did y'all think? Is this something that you would want? This kind of solves a problem for people who have amps that want to try some different amps but don't want to go the HX Stomp route or the Pod Go or Helix. Well, why wouldn't you? I love those things. But it's just another option. It's a budget option, I think. I think it's going to be around $200. Don't quote me, but hopefully by the time you're watching this video, there's a link below. Another thought I had is that the scenes that kind of work like snapshots, they do in that it turns effects on and off, but you can't change algorithms, which I wouldn't expect within a snapshot or a scene, but you can't save different parameters of the snapshot that you're staying on, like cranking the amp from one scene to another, or having a subtle reverb going into an ambient reverb, because that damp reverb is settled up. It's settled up pretty well, and it got pretty wet, so it seems like instead of just turning it on and off, you'd want to adjust parameters. That's one thing I definitely want. The other thing, saving it. You can save presets. Great. I want to be able to rename them. Why can't we rename them? Let's do that. Other than those little quirks, there might have been some others that I mentioned. It's a pretty good solution, and at the price point, like I said, it might be for you. So let me know down in the comments. Also, be on the lookout for other videos in the near future. I have some. I wanted to go further in depth with this tape echo right here. And I didn't really have time to do that because I haven't been able to spend a lot of time with it. I know that it's controlled via MIDI, which is pretty cool. So see if I'll be able to get into some of that. But for now, I gotta go. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.